Anyway, we are back on some Minecraft. We're back on the crack. Bees, bees, bees. I'm always saying that. I'm always on about bees. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm done screwing around. Let's do this. I'm not signing in. You can't make me. Could I like sue a game or like a company for like if it made me sign in to play it? It's like, this is a free country. I thought this was America, land of the free. Apparently it's not. Why is this so effing bright? What just happened? This looks very wrong. Start this off with a banger here. Here's a little joke. Minecraft joke. Why could Michael Jackson never play Minecraft? I'll let you think about it. Leave a comment. You know, pause the video real quick. Leave a comment if you think you know it. Alright, you ready? Cause he's fucking dead. That's why he can't play Minecraft, you fucking idiot. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, I'm not. You like that one? The recording looks really good, but my screen for some reason looks like terrible. It doesn't look right. I don't know why. And what was I doing? Last thing I remember, there was like a spawner. I was trying to get out of here. Did I seriously just like save in like the middle of nowhere? Did I even save? Maybe I didn't even save. I don't even know. What did I do? What was I thinking? I think we're towards the surface now. Yeah. Yeah. Then there was like a creeper up here, was there not? And then I got out, but like, why do I have all this random crap? Whatever. We're not gonna question it. Wait. Whatever. I was thinking of something too. I set an alarm. So, you know, if you start hearing weird, crazy sounds, you'll know why. But I set an alarm so that I could make sure that the editing, we can reduce the amount of issues in regards to the video just getting lost forever. And also, I thought of a little something that I'll save until the alarm goes off. You're just gonna have to wait. Okay, you have no other choice. You don't want to wait? Skip ahead. How about that? But you won't know where to skip ahead. Ha! Don't anyone dare in the comments to leave a timestamp for when my alarm goes off. Don't you even think about it. The scary thing is I think there's some sick individuals out there who are considering it. That's why, you know, I gotta be careful about what I say. But yeah, I don't know. Shears. We're gonna try and get some shears. We were also going to set sail. It's still on the agenda. It popped into my brain while I was at work today. I was like, hey, wait, wasn't there something I was gonna do in Minecraft? Okay, also, for all my freaking Minecraft experts out there, why am I not, you know, supposed to... Oh my god, look at that freaking huge blob. That's weird. That's a huge blob. But are we not supposed to eat the zombie meat? Like, I get that, okay, you know, it's zombie meat. You know, obviously I'm aware of, you know, it doesn't fill you up. It can give you some health long term. So it's like, what's the issue? Problem? Actually, alright, here we go. Here's a little something. So, it's my birthday coming up. And I don't know. I don't really think about stuff like that too much. To say that, you know, I'm one of those people like, oh, it's just another day, would not be accurate. I actually think it's like a big deal and stuff, but a lot of the time, and maybe it's just, I don't know, like I'm not even trying to flex or nothing, but I think because I stay so busy nowadays, I don't really even like get the ability a lot of the time to like get hyped up like I want to, you know. So I think this is just one of those things where, you know, I want to be hyped up, and I'm starting to get some hype now. But just like all of a sudden, you know, I'm like, oh, okay. But then I got really upset because I'm like, I'm not necessarily comparing, you know, my life or, you know, things like that to other people. But I got kind of upset because I just like realized I'm like, not that many people are gonna like, you know, be at my birthday party. And it's just like, you know, just thinking about like getting older, and it's like, this is like, you know, where is everybody kind of thing in some ways. It's like, you know, or just, I mean, it's a little bit of a big one for me. And it's just kind of like, you know, this is it. I just kind of wish that like it was a little bit more of a bigger deal. Well, I guess in some ways it's not even necessarily comparing, but it's just like, you know, a lot of my friends, like, it's like a big deal for them, you know. They make it a big deal. It's like, hey, you know, we made it, we might as well ball out type thing. So it's kind of motivating. Just be like, hey, you know what? Let's make a bigger deal of it. Which is it kind of sad, honestly. I mean, you know, I have friends and stuff, but I don't know. Is it like, you know, do I feel like in that aspect I'm living like my best life? I mean, that's one of the few aspects that, you know, I'm not trying to flex or anything, but in a lot of ways it's like, oh, okay, I really feel like I'm setting myself up for a good future. So that, you know, gives me a lot of hope, gives me a lot of happiness. But I know just for a fact that by living the life that I do and trying to set myself up for success in the future, I do limit myself a lot in those aspects of, like, you know, building relationships and being a good friend and stuff like that. And it's not really an excuse because I know I can do better, and it wouldn't necessarily be that much of a challenge. I just don't. And I feel bad. But, you know, I really got upset for a while. Like right at the start of my work day. So that was fantastic, really great timing to just be just utterly just like, oh great, you know. But then I kind of flipped it, and I think that's the big reason why I wanted to bring it up, because, you know, it's so easy to like get upset about stuff, but I flipped it around. You know, I wasn't even necessarily trying to, but I just kept thinking, you know, okay, well, I could just as easily be very excited about it still. You know, and just realizing like, oh, okay, well, you know, I can't just expect, you know, people, especially because it's so last minute. Like, I just now got like the, hey, like, you gonna invite other people or what? And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not used to that. Again, I don't really like plan stuff out for myself and stuff like that. I might do that for somebody else, but not myself. Also, where was the cave that I was working on? But then I started making like a little list. At the very least, you know, I made a list of people that I'm like, oh, okay, I can invite this person and that person, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, well, and just there's a few people that pretty much said like, hey, like, I will be there. It's like, hey, okay. Doesn't have to be the biggest thing ever, but it's still dope for what it is. And I got really excited because it's like there's so many opportunities to have fun. Just, you know, it doesn't have to be the biggest thing. So stuff like that for me is like, you know, I love Christmas. Christmas is something I get really excited for. And then it's like when it shows up, then it's like really fun. That's always like the best time of the year for me. But then there's stuff like birthdays where I know some people, yeah, they don't like their birthday at all. They think it sucks to celebrate their birthday and stuff, which is fine. But it's like, okay, then it's like, you know, you don't really have a choice. Like it's gonna happen. Your birthday is gonna happen whether you like it or not. But then, you know, just to round all the angles here, then there's stuff like Halloween, which you can just, you know, once you get old enough, you can outright just ignore it like altogether. You know, you don't have to, you're not obligated, you know, necessarily to do anything. You would just pretend it's not even happening. I think because my birthday again is like, it's gonna happen no matter what, that I just push it off. Not that, you know, I should have to do very much. I mean, it's my birthday after all. But I don't even like put in the effort to get excited because I don't know. In my brain, I'm like, I don't have to. I'll be excited when the day comes. I'll save the energy so I can really turn up. Yeah, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to get lit. Oh, damn. Well, good timing, I guess. Or just, yeah, like have an event where I can just go with a lot of people to just do something. It's like, hey, come here. I really want to like mix and mingle a bunch of my friends. The group that I already have like set up, I asked, you know, like, I don't know, 7 people or something, like, hey, like, you can come through if you want. And even just like thinking of these people, I'm like, oh, these are like my favorite people. But it's like thinking of them all like being in the same place at the same time is such a bizarre thing. That happened a lot for me in high school. Because I was just, you know, I watched it actually, well, okay, first off, so again, yeah, that happened a lot in high school because I was just like in a part of a bunch of just different groups of people. It would be weird when they would like mix and mingle, you know. I'd have like a class with like 2 or 3 of them, and it would just be weird because they would all be, you know, it sounds like, you know, I'm super cool, but you know, there'd be times where they're like, oh, what's up, like sit by me, and then, you know, some of my other friends would be, hey, like, you know, come over here. It'd just be like, oh, who do I choose? Which seat do I take? But no, like seriously though. But actually I watched a video, I don't even know who it was or, you know, more context to it, but somebody broke it down really in like a good way, but for a kind of a cruddy situation, because they said, you know, a lot of he at least I think the context was, it was literally just him. He's like, I used to be, you know, in school just friends with a bunch of different groups of people, which seems cool, and you feel like, oh, you know, I have all these friends and stuff, but then you never really get to understand anyone on a deeper level. You know, you stretch yourself too thin in a way, which in a lot of ways I've definitely felt that way, and it's really bizarre. Well, no, I'm pretty cool, so I I can understand why, you know, even people on like a surface level still were like, hey, you know, I want to hang out with this dude. What the fuck's going on here? Okay, the recording was tweaking out, but here's the thing that and we're just gonna risk it. We're just gonna stand right here. We're gonna risk it. So, what I okay, what I thought would be fun would be, you know, every now and then to just pull up Urban Dictionary. You know, I was thinking maybe if it was like nighttime or something, and we had nothing to do, but we're gonna do it right now. So I went on Urban Dictionary and we got a word here. I have a link where when you click it, just like a random word shows up. I thought the word was cockamaniac. I was like, damn. But it's cockamamie, which is a very, yeah. If you're white, then you've probably heard this word before. Adjective, crazy, off-kilter, a word you use when you can't think of proper terminology. This cockamamie washing machine never works properly. Yeah, that sounds about right. I love stuff like that. I've been trying to make a list of just like phrases and stuff that are like super white, or just at the very least stuff that's like that I heard like as a kid, you know, stuff like that. A cockamamie sounds about as white as it could possibly get, honestly. Could be wrong. And why is there like sheep everywhere now all of a sudden that I got shears? But here's another thing. I actually had like first off, I had like nothing crazy. I get anxiety pretty bad, but you know, this didn't like freak me out too much, but it did pop into my head a few times. I'm like, I really felt like my last recording was really good. I hope I can like keep that energy going. and it kept popping into my head just like a little bit, yeah. And here I am, you know, just all this stuff's flowing, and I kept thinking of like things. I'm like, oh, this would be a good thing to talk about. That'd be a good thing to talk about. And actually, I just remembered, and this is a perfect flow into one thing that I was thinking about recently. Was hold on, I got these drinks here. My throat's all dry. I'm doing all this on the mic, and I got drinks right here. My brain flows at like 500 miles per hour. One of my friends sent me a video of somebody doing a really good rendition of a zombie from COD. Like, one person was like playing some sort of instrument to, like, you know, do like the zombies like menu theme, and then somebody was doing like the yeah. Anyway, the thing that I was actually going to say was I had a flashback, well, like a flashback, but also like such a like huge, well, not like a huge realization, but just a little bit of a realization that I never have really broke it down too much before, is I kept trying to think why this like phrase and stuff kept popping into my brain. I think I watched, again, you know, I've never heard of these people before. I've watched maybe one video from these people. Well, there's this channel called Oni Plays, and what the hell is that over there? I don't remember putting that there. Is that the cave that I'm working on? Let's go over there while it's nighttime and I can see it. Brought my shears with. And in one episode, I was trying to like really remember where the heck this was from, but I think it was one of the AI dungeon episodes. I'm just gonna, this sheep's here, it's just begging to be sheared, so I gotta do it. I have no use for this cube of wool, but I got it now. But yeah, in one of the episodes, Zach says no dip. He's like, yeah, do that, no dip, you know, like. Yeah, and I kept thinking it really like it rendered some piece of my brain that I totally forgot about. Which, oh, is this? No, I don't know what this is. It's just a hole in the dirt. Back to my grandfather. And now listen, as I tell you this, my grandpa wasn't like a bad dude for the most part. You know, we all have our flaws and stuff like that. The dude was cool. He taught me, he was teaching me piano. Actually, he was into music and stuff like that. I think I mentioned it before, but actually he was a music teacher at one point. Kind of cool. I didn't learn too much from him. I was like too young when he first was trying to teach me in my like ADHD brain. Well, I hate like using that as an excuse. I would not put the time to it as I should have. If someone would have told me I probably would have got like bitches, then, you know, I would have been all over it, but nobody told me at the time. Like, anyway, but he did teach me a little bit of some stuff. Bro, why is there so many sheep here? But the reason I said in particular that he wasn't like a total jerk or something is because I had a flashback. He used to say, if he, you know, well, I wouldn't say that no, I did see him like pretty pissed one time. But sometimes if he got like, you know, he wouldn't really get upset. I feel like me and him, you know, we have our like anger in a lot of ways like pretty good. Well, actually I don't as much as he did, but you know, he might like have like a comment, you know, like me and him, we'd kind of like export our anger in like a way that's more again, like it sounds like I'm being an asshole or whatever, or like, oh, look at me, but like I think me and my grandpa both had like, we tried to be creative about our feelings and like expressing them and stuff. So like he wouldn't be like mad, but if you knew you like fucked up if my grandpa called you a dipshit, he's like, what are you doing, dipshit? You know, like, but it wouldn't feel like, you know, he was like mad as fuck or anything, but you like fucked up. That just like flew back into my brain, and now whenever someone's doing something like just so dumb, just in my head at the very least, I'll just be like, what are you doing? Like, what is this dipshit doing? I don't even know what dipshit means. I'm gonna have to like freaking Urban Dictionary that. I'm looking for like a cave or something, a good spot to freaking diggy hole. Guys, I promise I don't watch Oni Plays. I don't even know what that is, what diggy hole. They're always talking diggy hole and shit. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Just out of nowhere, they'd be like, oh, I don't know what to do here. And I'm like, you know what I would do? I would diggy hole. What the hell are you talking about? Actually, here's another thing that Zach, he did a podcast relatively recently where he said something that extremely resonated with me. I don't remember the context, but it was something where he just mentioned, he's like, hey, you know, a lot of comedy sort of, I forget, like, I don't know, I'm not saying it in the best way, but it's like a lot of comedy kind of like goes over people's heads because it's like, it's all like referential, you know. There's so many jokes that are like spawn out of like the purpose being like referential, and it can be funny, but you might not even like realize that it's like a reference to something that's like already out there. And that's so true, and I feel like that happens a lot. The more that I realize it, you know, the more stuff that I bring up, like, obviously there are going to be people who are watching this video who are like, who the hell, what is an Oni play? What is this Oni plays? And, you know, I keep talking about it, and you could have thought that was hilarious, the whole diggy hole or whatever, and it's like, I don't even know what diggy, what is diggy hole? Like, what are you talking about, you know? And just know that I don't even know. That really did resonate with me because, yeah, like, oh, shit. Because, yeah, I mean, he said, too, he's like, you know, there's so many, I think he even gave an example. It was like a Simpsons thing or something, or, well, actually, one of the people on Oni Plays, a big reason, well, probably one of the main reasons, at least why he would be talking about that, would be because he just got a TV show. You guys might have heard of Smiling Friends. I'm sure at the time that this is being uploaded, it's an even bigger phenomenon than it is right now, and it's you know, popping off pretty good. I think I mentioned last time I've been watching Chris for over a decade at this point, and same with Psychic Pebbles, who's the guy that, yeah, I've been, you know, I'm linked into the whole Sleepy Cabin crew, at least as far as like watching their content a lot. I mean, no, I don't.